Want to know what are the best beaches in Mauritius? Well, this week I'm giving you an ultimate guide coming up. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you're a returning viewer, well, thanks very much for your continued support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. So in Mauritius, of course, there are many beaches, but I wanted to just condense them down into a few. So in a nice, concise video, so you can choose exactly which beach to go to when you're on the island. I've categorized the beaches in this video according to their position on the island, so either north, south, east, or west. Right, let's begin up in the north. The first beach I'm going to talk about is Cap Mallard. I love this place because it's historically very significant for the island. This was, of course, where the British defeated the French in 1810. There's a wonderful little red church here, so it's a great place if you want a little bit of culture. It's also quite nice to swim here, but it can be very shallow. But it's picturesque, and of course you've got a fantastic view of Coin de Mire.
See that mountain over there? That's Coin de Mire, that flat mountain. Lots of people go out there on catamaran tours. It's a really pretty place with great snorkeling.
Cap Mallard, literally translated, means unlucky cape or cape of misfortune, because many ships have floundered on the rocks here. The second beach up north I'm going to talk about is Bambouf, and I really like this beach because it's a little less known than, for example, Peribert, and you've got a fantastic view of Coin de Mire. It's also great for the family because it's very shallow and lovely for swimming. Next up in the north is Monsoon, and this is a fantastic beach because it's so long and it stretches all the way from Trois Biches right the way through to Pointe-aux-Canonniers, and it's protected as well by these amazing trees which line the beach. As it's such a long beach, it's amazing to walk along and is also a calm place for a swim. Next on the list is if we head over to the east coast, there's a wonderful place called Île Cerf, and this literally translates to Island of Deer. This was because back in the day, lots of deer were imported from Java to the island solely for the purpose of hunting. This is perhaps one of the most touristy areas in Mauritius. Lots of people take boats to Île Cerf, especially back in the day, pre-COVID. But it's still a lovely place to go, very picturesque. The bluest water on the entire island is right here. Absolutely stunning. I mean, just look at that. It's also home to many beach restaurants and a golf course. Also, if you're in the area, there's a great waterfall nearby which is well worth a visit. But it's just wild and jungly and really, really nice. Next on my list is Pointe d'Esny, and of course that's made lots of headlines of late, all because of Wakashio, but it has been cleaned up and is looking immaculate. This is one of my favorite beaches in Mauritius. It's really a long white sandy beach with that beautiful turquoise water, and it also has a fantastic bird sanctuary just off it called Île aux Aigrettes. I love it here. It's quite close to the airport, but it is an absolute must-see.
Wind's come up, it's looking really good. Let's go, Kate. Woo! I've got a crazy dog.
Also, if you're in the area, do check out Mallard. It's one of the oldest waterfronts in Mauritius. Heading further down south is a beach called La Cambos. We stumbled upon this beach while holidaying on the island over 5 years ago. We literally were going out to the airport and bam, we drove along a little road and found this incredible beach. The water here is turquoise, the sort of turquoise that you can only dream of. But once again, beware of currents. You have to be very careful here. But I love this beach because it's probably one of the lesser known places in Mauritius. Next up is Pomponette on the south coast. If you like wild, rugged ocean, then you have to check out this stretch of coast. Beware here though, it is a very dangerous place to swim because it has hectic currents. In fact, if you snorkel here, you literally put your head down and the current takes you along. So never go swimming here when the surf is big. But what is wonderful about this beach is it's really out in nature. You really feel like you can get away from everything. You can get lost in the wonderful trees that line the beach. It's absolutely stunning. And the snorkeling here is also really good. But once again, beware of that current. The next beach I have to mention is Gregory. This beach isn't protected by reefs, making the water choppy and unsafe for swimming, but it still deserves a spot on the list thanks to this spectacular landscape.
Got these amazing volcanic cliffs, these big volcanic rocks behind me against this white sandy beach. The black and white contrast is simply magnificent.
The large waves that come crashing against the shore offer a thrilling and almost hypnotic sight. You've also got to check out the roches qui pleurent and the forest that runs along the beach. Another must-see in the south coast. Heading around more to the southwest part of the island, we have got Morne. You cannot leave this off your list. Morne, of course, is the UNESCO World Heritage Site here in Mauritius, and it has massive historical importance. Many slaves are thought to have escaped and used the mountain as a place of refuge from their captors. Today it's magic to visit with its vast 3-kilometre-long white sandy beach. It's well known here as well for windsurfing, and kite surfing. In fact, it's arguably one of the best places in the world to come and do water sports. While you're here, also check out Paradis, which is along the end of the headland. There are a few hotels along there, but in my opinion, it has a beautiful view of the mountain and is great for snorkeling. La Prairie is also in this area, southwest of Mauritius. You can't miss it when you drive through Le Morne village. It's a lovely beach. It's protected from the reef. It's got a massive lagoon area, beautiful, beautiful blue water, lots of white sand, a very, very shallow lagoon, so perhaps not the best for swimming, but it is great from a sightseeing perspective. You just get this lovely view of the mountain. See that mountain in the background there? That is the famous Le Morne Brabant. On the weekend it gets quite festive. Highly recommend it. Do check it out. Moving over to the west, and we've got to mention Tamarind. This is one of the most famous beaches in Mauritius. This is a very popular beach on the west coast with amazing views, particularly if you look to the north. And of course, it's a favourite for locals who come to check out the street food. While you're here, have some street food, and as well, if you walk around to the other side of the bay, there is a fantastic, almost secret, secluded beach. It's very popular with locals, particularly at the weekends, so get there early. Last but not least, on the west coast, you can't forget about Flak On Flak. The name comes from an old Dutch phrase, fried lands vlak, meaning free flat land. This is probably one of the most vibey beaches in Mauritius. Also, the swimming here is fab because there tends to be really very little in the way of currents. It's great for snorkeling and is a fantastic lunch place as well, as it's lined with food trucks that sell local Mauritian cuisine and fruit. Nothing quite like fresh mango on a hot day. So Flak On Flak is certainly a beach, definitely one of my top beaches to visit in Mauritius. It's also a really long beach, so you can literally walk from Flak On Flak all the way along the coast towards Tamarind. It's starting to rain, so I've got to make this quick, but that was my guide for you. What are the best beaches in Mauritius? What can you say, Bella?
So, hit that like button with the and also subscribe and comment.
So if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and we will see you again on the next one. Bye!